Oh, my name is Ivan. I'm Russian, no?
I hate it when you speak Russian.
God.
I said I hate. I didn't say I hate it when you do your Russian impression. I said I hate it when you speak Russian. All right, baby boys, you guys ready? I'm ready to go.
No.
Well, get ready.
Sure, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, everyone, be quiet. I'm doing the intro. What's that fresh? All right, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Everyone, shut your mouth. Howdy there, true believers. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the podcast, New World Nation, the official podcast of the New World Nerds. All right, what are we doing here in this podcast? We review one MCU movie leading up to Avengers Endgame. It's the end of the line, brother. What we're going to be reviewing today is, it's a gem, Iron Man 2. And with me today is...
Hey, baby boy, it's Ian.
Did you choose to cough right then and there, Shaggy?
No,
you son of a bitch.
I'm sorry.
You had the whole time.
I didn't want to cough during your intro either. I don't know. I waited as long as I could. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. For now, while the camera's on, I forgive you.
Okay, thank you. The camera's on. What? I didn't know this was face cam. Shit, I need to shower.
You're not being recorded. All right, with me here is Ian Owsley. Go ahead and make some noise. I mean, some good noise, not just random fucking.
That's all I got.
The other voice you hear, it's not in your head, at least not this one, is Simple Shaggy.
Did you say simple or simple?
A Simple Shaggy.
Simple Shaggy. That's me.
Super Shaggy? Spider Shaggy.
No, not Spider Shaggy. Spider-Man's worthless. Super Shaggy.
You shut your mouth.
Or Sugar Shaggy. I don't
Sugar
like
Shaggy.
I don't want people to think I like him.
Sugar Shaggy, baby boy.
Sugar Shaggy.
All right, I don't know. Ian just turned into the Hulk. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I don't know if there's any news. I don't think we really care. The Disney Fox merger is about to be finished. What do you guys think about that?
That's a merger.
so
am I allowed to have no opinion?
Yeah. So what it is the Disney Fox merger means that Disney is buying Fox, so that Marvel will have Fantastic Four and X-Men, and also they're about to have a monopoly. And so
I didn't realize. I thought they already had X-Men and the Fantastic Four. I didn't know that was like just a recent thing.
No, they didn't, or they haven't had them, so that's why they're not like in the MCU or anything, because they don't own. They sold off their movie rights back in the early 2000s because Marvel was going bankrupt. And that's why they had to make the MCU with all their B-list characters like Iron Man and Captain America. Now they're all A-list characters because the movie did really well. And if this didn't work, there wouldn't be a Marvel anymore.
Deal. I want to consider Iron Man still a B-list. Everyone else can be A-list, but Iron Man, after Iron Man 2, can be B-list.
After this, what a segue!
Stand on this movie.
What a segue! All right, so we're going to talk about Iron Man 2. We're just going to jump right into it. We're gonna hop in a Grand Prix car and drive it without having any training right into it.
We're gonna baby boy all over it.
That's what I call it. That's what I yell every time I climax. I just yell baby boy. And then hold on like it's a fireman's hose for dear life.
Usually I'm alone, so it's just kind of awkward for everyone else in the house.
What?
I call my zygotes baby boys.
What? Say it again?
You're what? My zygotes. They're my baby boys.
You got problems. We're all doing great. Hey, I hope you guys had a lovely Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays.
Thank you.
And I'm only doing this for the podcast. I don't give a fuck in real life.
That's fine. Did you know a zygote is a diploid cell resulting from the fusion of two haploid gametes?
Did you just Google that?
Looked it up. A fertilized ovum. Oh.
Yeah, his zygotes never get fertilized. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, Hannah's a nice lady. So we open up. Ivan Vanko's dad is dead. The angry alcoholic gets mad because Anton dies. It's pretty fucked up. I honestly don't remember what I saw, but I don't think Anton Vanko was a bad guy. I think he was a good guy, and then Hydra was kicked him out of the country because he showed up in Agent Carter helping her. So in the TV show, deep cut, nobody cares but me.
I feel like also as you move forward throughout the movie, and spoiler alert to our viewers, after you move into the movie, don't you kind of understand, or don't you kind of learn that Anton was like a thief? Who tried to steal from Anthony Stark's dad, and then his dad was like, "Oh, we'll let him free," and they were like, "What? Why would you do that?" And then he went back to his country and was like, "I'm still a bad guy," or whatever.
I think he got shunned from his country, I don't know if you guys saw Creed 2, but just like how he got shunned.
Yes, I did see Creed 2.
Yeah,
no spoiler alerts.
They're
we're not gonna spoil that.
It was super good. Yeah, but they started off in the Ukraine because they got disgraced because he lost to Rocky.
Right.
And basically, and single-handedly lost the Cold War.
Suck it, Russia.
America. Yeah, but I don't know why, but for some reason I think Anton was framed. I don't think he stole anything or whatever. Don't know why.
It was all Ivan, man.
Don't really have. Okay. I think he was a good guy.
A little loser.
Well, just because you see in the Winter Soldier how Hydra is infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D., so I think they could have definitely just set him up. Because in Agent Carter, he was helping Agent Carter. He didn't seem like he had any dark tendencies or anything. He seemed like a quality dude.
But we can all agree, Ivan the son, he's kind of a bad guy.
Yeah, Ivan sucks.
He's a bad guy. That's kind of a nerdy name too, Ivan. Who names their son Ivan?
I don't. No offense.
Going places.
No.
I don't know. I think that's why he has daddy issues.
Yeah, he's like, my dad named me a woman's name.
Kind of fucked up.
Kind of fucked up. No, if anyone's named Ivan out there, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, dude, I'm just seeing parallels to Creed 2 now because he's just like, oh, he was born in hate and molded by hate and blah, blah, blah. And so there was a part, or I like how they just do the little montage of the villain in the credits because I don't really give a shit like how he becomes a villain most of the time. Especially for this villain, I'm like, whatever. So Iron Man jumps out of a plane to go to a party. I thought that was the Stark Expo. I guess it wasn't. The one at the end was the Stark Expo.
Dude, that was pretty wicked entrance, though. Yeah, it was. I could have sworn the beginning was a Stark Expo.
Yeah, what?
Because aren't there multiple ones to show off new inventions and science and stuff?
There must be.
It must be.
So in the first trailer I saw for this movie, way back when in 2009 or 10, it came out in 2009, but probably saw a trailer in 2009. There was a trailer where Pepper's holding his Iron Man helmet, and he's just like, "Oh, a kiss for good luck." So she takes the helmet and she gives the helmet a kiss, and then she throws it off the plane. and then he jumps off the airplane. He's like, "You complete me," and then he goes and tries to find his helmet. And I was like, that was really good. They should have kept that in the freaking.
Does he get the helmet or no in the trailer?
It's one of those mysteries, we never find out.
Great.
One of the
Stupid Robert Downey Jr.
Movie magic. But yeah.
Movie magic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A hot album coming out next Christmas. Next Christmas will be your last Christmas.
It's called Hot World Nerds.
Hot World
Boys.
Hot World Nerds. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
Doesn't get much hotter than that, baby boy.
Well, what are you doing?
All right, so it's kind of like Cap and the Winter Soldier, the way he just jumps out of the airplane, but Cap just fell into water. He didn't have a parachute. What a weirdo. And
are you saying Captain Winter Soldier?
No, Cap in Winter Soldier.
Oh, I thought you were saying Captain Winter Soldier.
Captain Winter Soldier here reporting for duty. And then there's another sick AC/DC track. Like, this always makes me want to just listen to AC/DC. They're so good. All the
I feel like you see AC/DC like a fair amount in all these movies. Like, I don't know what's happening. Are they jumping out of a plane? Yeah, let's play Thunderstruck.
Hey, Ian, remember that time you got stuck? Was it you that got stuck on the Thunderstruck, or no? It was Black Betty.
Black Betty.
Oh, Black Betty, Black Betty was out.
Bam-a-lam, the damn thing gone wild. Bam-a-lam, the damn thing out of mind. We need to get back to the
Copyrighted. We're gonna get copyrighted.
So I'd just like to say, the entrance with Iron Man, that was like one of the only good things that I liked.
Okay.
Like, that was pretty sweet, but it was pretty downhill from there.
Are you talking about Yvonne's dad dying, or are you talking about Anthony Stark making his appearance?
Yeah, jumping out of a plane with the fire.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cheerleaders are all pretty sexy.
Oh yeah.
And then, like, immediately after, you find out he's poisoning himself, so he's just gonna die. So at that point, I turned the movie off because I knew he was gonna be dead.
Yeah, there was not gonna be any more Iron Man after that.
He's gone.
But so, like, all the humbleness that he got in the cave is all gone now. Like, I was just like, really? You're already back to being a doucher? Like, it hasn't been that long.
Incredibly douchey.
And we get a quick Stan Lee cameo. Go ahead and drop that Excelsior.
Excelsior.
It was real quick. The Larry King part, I thought it was funny. The good, nice, solid Stan Lee cameo. And then we got two actresses that played Marvel characters in the Fox universe. I don't remember what one of the. Oh, we got Olivia Munn because she's Psylocke in X-Men, and we got Kate Mara, who played Miss Invisible Woman in Fantastic Four that nobody watched but me.
No, I remembered her.
You don't remember.
You underestimate me.
You underestimate my power.
I have the higher ground, Anakin.
Don't try it. And then Senator Stern, that dude, who's just like, oh, you've been a delight, because he's like such a jerk in that part. Tony is, but that guy's Hydra, and we find out in Winter Soldier that guy's Hydra.
What?
And also that guy's dead in real life.
Thank God.
Oh, shut up! Shut your mouth! Don't say that.
Right along with Anton.
No, he's dead in real life, you jerk. And then I like when Colonel Rhodes comes in. He's like, "It's me. Deal with it. It's not Terrence Howard. Suck a dick." This is the first one we get with Don Cheadle. But
that's all right. I like Don Cheadle better.
Good. You're the only one. We found you. No, I like Don Cheadle. You just, I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see Terrence Howard. I don't know. I just think he's because by Iron Man 3, I don't know. Whenever I saw Don Cheadle, whenever I saw War Machine, I'm just like, I don't really care. And I feel like I would care a little more if it was Terrence Howard. I don't know why. It's nothing. They're both great actors and everything.
You know what? I've got a prediction. They're going to bring him back for Endgame. Yeah.
Terrence Howard? They're going to bring Terrence Howard back?
Yeah, they're going to say, sorry, Don.
I kind of want to see Sean Deedle. I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Nothing wrong with a little bit of Sean. All right, if we're talking about some of the few cool things about this movie, I honestly, and this might sound a little boring, but I kind of liked the hearing they had when they tried to take away Iron Man's suit.
Oh, no, I love that.
And what was it, the senator and the weapons guy, Justin Hammer, were both like, and trying to show like video of him being destructive, and he was like, "Oh, well, I have this brand new iPhone that hacks TVs now," and then he hacked it and was like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, that was great. I love that part too. It's just like, oh no, you guys are so close. You guys are so close to being an Iron Man suit, not.
Yep. Anyone else think that senator looked terrifying? His lips and his face overall.
Yeah. Again, I'm not gonna. All right, a little bit. I was like, I'm not gonna mock the dead. I'm not gonna mock the dead.
Besmirch the good name of a dead Hydra senator.
yeah, Shaggy.
Rest in peace.
Excuse me.
R.I.P. just killed the club.
I didn't choose to have him dead. Okay.
Well, I feel like you did. I feel like you had a hand in it now. No, but that just made me think like even like in real life, like red tape, we're gonna choke ourselves to death in red tape. It's like we know he's doing right, and like I know eventually like the Soviet Accords and Civil War, like they get checks and balances, but like I totally that's why I totally agree with Cap in Civil War. It's just like the best hands are still our own. Like what if there's a problem happening? They'd be like, "What? Hold on, we gotta wait for the UN approval." Like, and then we just let like 15 people die because we couldn't leave yet. Like I just feel
the UN sucks.
anarchy.
Stick away from this movie.
But I just freaking I just hate that. I hate it so much. It's just we're just gonna choke ourselves. Like you see something, you know what to do, you know the right thing to do, but you can't do it. And they're trying to take his suit away, and it just was like, yep, that's what would happen if Elon Musk showed up tomorrow in an Iron Man suit. They would take it away. Maybe they should, because that guy seems a little unhinged. But just a little.
I didn't remember.
You're judging him for going on Roe Jogan's show, aren't you?
No, I'm judging him for not getting us to Mars yet. All right, Ian, what were you going to say?
I didn't remember that he made an appearance in this movie.
Elon Musk?
He did.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It's like towards the end of that little bar place where he meets Justin Hammer. Or no. Sorry. Towards the beginning, right before he goes to the to race the cars, and he finds Justin Hammer for like the second time.
Yeah. That was pretty dope. I was like, that's pretty much who Tony Stark is. Just a cooler Elon Musk.
Just your friendly neighborhood Iron Man.
And then he has toxic blood and he's going to die. That's the whole part of this movie. Yeah. He's dying.
Thank God, bro.
Even though we haven't even had the Avengers initiative. So Pepper, he makes Pepper CEO, right? And he says a line that he says in the Endgame trailer. He says, he's like, it's you, Pepper. It's always been you. And that's exactly what he says in the Avengers Endgame trailer. He's like, when I drift away, I'll be thinking of you. It's always been you. And that's because he thought he was dying in Iron Man 2. Like, and he's dying again in Avengers Endgame. Like it's always been Pepper. I didn't even notice it until I rewatched this movie. Yeah.
So much more blast moment.
Oh, dude, it's crazy. I fucking loved it. I was just like, dude, it's always been Pepper.
Pretty wild.
It's always been you.
And then we get our first.
I still never saw Avengers Infinite Warfare, so.
Did you really not?
It's on Netflix now, though.
You better fucking watch it. After this, we're going to watch it. I'll watch it we'll sync it up.
I'll come on over.
Yeah, well, no, we're going to sync it up. We're going to be like, all right, press play now. And we'll watch it together. And I'll leave the phone on.
It's not a horrible idea.
Yeah, Ian, you can do it too. You want to be?
I don't want Ian to be there.
Oh, okay, never mind. Ian, you're out.
Yeah, I didn't want to. It's okay.
Yeah, he did. He wanted to. You heard him real bad. We got our first appearance of Black Widow, and she's got the best Hurricane Rana in the game. That's when she grabs your leg or grabs your head with her legs and throws you over. That's a wrestling move, a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know, you're like phased nose deep in her.
Oh yeah, baby.
In her ganots or ganoes, whatever.
Yeah.
I think I'd be okay with that.
Oh yeah, Hurricane Rana.
I wouldn't mind getting my ass kicked by Scarlett Johansson. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
I'm sorry for any future girlfriend I have that listens to this, but
I don't think you need to apologize for that.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah,
I think it's probably no pretty safe bet.
There's probably no future girlfriend. That's probably.
But no, I thought she was awesome at first. If you don't know anything about the MCU, then when you see Scarlett Johansson, you're like, oh, she's pretty cute, and she seems kind of, I don't know, derogative in this movie, picking sides and stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? She smashes people with her crotch. That's pretty great.
Yeah, that's crotch
no
woman,
doubt.
As we all
good
remember.
Old crotch smashing.
That's what I call that a regular old Saturday night. Ayo. High five. And then so I feel like we all know a guy like Justin Hammer. Like, I don't know, just like a fucking greasy, sleazy kind of guy. He just thinks
it's Ian.
It's Ian.
It's me.
No, that's not you. Come on. You're not a sleazy kind of guy. But we all know that guy is just like just real sleazeball. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, and I also don't want to lose a subscriber in case they're subscribed. So then we get Whiplash, and we got this really weird Mickey Rourke renaissance after he made The Wrestler, and it got nominated for Academy Awards and stuff like that. And they're like, "Fuck it, what else is big?" Well, Mickey Rourke's pretty big. What else is big? Superheroes. We're doing a superhero movie, and boy howdy, do we got millions of dollars.
Was that Walt Disney speaking?
Yeah, it's from the grave. They switch his consciousness into a Southern gentleman. Yeah,
Right. Couldn't tell if it was Walt Disney or like a 1900s farm owner.
Either way, we all love the Mickey Rourkes and the Iron Mans.
Well, if we're doing the podcast like this, I do say we continue.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
I think now we're kind of spoiled with like all of his suits. He has a suit in his freaking car, a suit in his freaking watch, a suit in his plane, like a suit and everything.
He's got a suit in his suitcase.
Yeah,
which gives suitcase a proper name.
I thought that was really badass. It was probably one of the few highlights of this movie.
It took Pepper long enough to freaking throw the suitcase to him.
Throw the goddamn suitcase.
No.
Yeah,
that was obnoxiously long.
Yeah,
she was sitting in the car. Is like, I understand you're getting these electric lassos thrown at you, but like you got to act, bro.
You gotta act, man. But yeah, just like now we get spoiled with all these cool like nanotech suit or whatever from Infinity War. Spoiler alert, Shaggy. But it's like before he had to actually have a physical suit, and so he just throws a suitcase out and becomes Iron Man. It's pretty dope. And then he says, "You lose," and he spits out the blood and everything.
Yep.
And I love his line. It's like if you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe he exists. Another shout out to Infinity War. Shaggy,
that
cover
was a
up
pretty cool quote.
Shaggy, cover up your ears real quick. Earmuffs.
They're covered.
Okay, so there's a part in Infinity War where he's like, or Thanos says, "All that for a drop of blood," and then it's just like, "Oh, they made him bleed." So
what? Spoiler alert! I didn't know he can bleed.
So they made Thanos bleed just one drop, and then they're like, "All that for a drop of blood," and I was like, "Now he's not a god. You can take him down."
I do think that is a pretty cool philosophy that kind of comes here and there throughout the film.
I think a big theme of this movie is fathers. They both have daddy issues, and they're both trying to change their legacy. And
don't we all?
They're trying to fight against their father's ghosts. And I think that's just Iron Man to a T. He's just like, "Oh, I don't care how clever my dad was. I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna make a suit.
I'll be better."
Yeah, just like that, baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but there's a Peter Parker fan theory. Well, it's not a fan theory. It was a fan theory, and then somebody told Tom Holland, like, "Hey, were you the kid in the Iron Man mask in Iron Man 2?" And then he's like, "Hold up." And then he goes to Kevin Feige and be like, "Dude, wouldn't it be so much cooler if I was the kid in the Iron Man suit in Iron Man 2? And then Kevin Feige's like, "Sure, that sounds great." And then so
let's make it canon.
Yeah, so they basically just canonized it.
Palm laser, that one robot, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Iron Man 2 wishes he could do that. I don't know why I called him Iron Man 2.
Iron Lad.
Iron Lad took this down, this sucker.
But I really enjoyed that part, especially like now knowing that that's quote unquote canon. It was great. And then also it got me thinking, hey, that could definitely be where his parents died, because there was a lot of mayhem. Or Uncle Ben. Everybody dies in his life.
Uncle Ben didn't die at a Stark Expo. He died somewhere else, okay?
He died outside of a wrestling arena.
Justin Hammer killed him.
Damn it. All right, that's actually Justin Hammer is Uncle Ben. You didn't know that.
Whoa.
Justin Hammer Holland.
I'll hammer Holland all night long. Shout out to Kristen. Kristen thinks Tom Holland's really attractive.
That's too bad.
Kristen.
Kristen, you suck. Boo. She also thinks Post Malone's attractive. Remember, everyone make fun of her.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he looks like a tattooed hippopotamus. I don't know.
That's very specific. You had that one in the chamber ready to shoot.
In the Chamber of Secrets, just shooting out, bro.
And for those of you keeping track at home, this is the second podcast in a row where I roast Post Malone. Iron Man.
I think you mean Post Melon.
Shut,
Yeah, don't get that was funny. Never mind. We can just cut that out.
shut your mouth.
Let's-
I'm not gonna. I'm
let's
leaving.
continue.
I'm leaving it in. Iron Man's worst enemy is actually in this movie, and it's the demon in a bottle. He's an alcoholic. No, it's
Oh, are you talking
alcoholism.
about the devil's water or juice, whatever they call it?
The devil. Yeah, the devil's nectar.
Is it his nectar?
But actually, Iron Man 3 was supposed to deal because it has him suffering from PTSD. It was also supposed to have him dealing with alcoholism and stuff like that. But that is right after Disney's acquisition of Marvel. So they're like, nah, fam, how are we going to sell that toy? Instead,
Don't drink, kids.
let's make 100 Iron Man suits and we can sell each one individually.
That's pretty wicked.
And then Nick Fury is like, dude, you're not even the only superhero I have to deal with, you son of a bitch. Get out of here.
You're not special, Tony.
Yeah, I had to deal with Captain Marvel a decade ago, and I lost an eye probably to her cat. There's a bold prediction, 2019. And then he's like, I got other stuff in the Southwest region or whatever. It's like, oh, he's talking about Thor, guys. That was Thor.
Yep. I saw that.
Yeah, and
It's at the end of the credits.
yeah, oh yeah, that too. Good. Just in case that new movie, Thor 1. And
I gotta give credit to Ian because the credits came on and I was like, all right, I'm going home, and he was like, we gotta wait for the after credits scene, and I was like, what?
you
This
fuck.
came out like 9 years ago almost now.
No. There's gonna be another Easter egg in there.
Another new movie, another Thor 1.
Yep. It's coming out January. It's dropping on Netflix. So then we get the Black Widow reveal. Like, hey, oh shit, she's more than meets the eye. She's a Transformer.
Pretty wild.
I know. I was like, do people not think that she was Black Widow? But I don't really know. I kind of knew the whole time because, like I said, after Iron Man, I couldn't stop looking up this
She
stuff.
could be my White Widow.
We're not going to talk
don't
about
get
that. I don't want to talk about it. I like how at this point S.H.I.E.L.D. is still like a mystery. Like S.H.I.E.L.D. can still be anything. Like they can be everywhere. They could be anyone. You know what I mean? Like after the TV show and everything, we kind of know everything there is to know about S.H.I.E.L.D. And there's pretty much no S.H.I.E.L.D. after the Winter Soldier. And now it's all scattered, and I can't even tell you. There's only like one ragtag team left of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I like at this point, it's like this global thing, and it's like super mysterious, and we don't know like.
Yeah, they keep it very vague for Anthony Stark there, don't they?
That they do.
Yeah, and I really think that makes him more compelling. And now that we know, like that's why like when you see like the helicarrier and all those people working in Avengers, like it's super cool. And then now it's just like, oh, Shield's here, great. But I think. Oh, and we should get Phil Coulson again. I think he's the.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, buddy.
He's the most unassuming action hero, but I love him so much, and I think he's great. I love the TV show. Like he just seems like a regular old like dude. Like, oh, I'm just working at.
Oh shoot, that's his name. I didn't know that was his name.
Great job. But yeah, you can say rest in peace, Ian. But he comes back for the show.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't state it.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a good thing. He's alive.
Yeah, that was a happy
Okay, and then when watching him like watch his dad, he's just like, "Oh, my greatest creation is you." Like it didn't feel super earned at the time.
That was so fucking cheesy.
It didn't seem earned at the time, but now after watching like Agent Carter and seeing him in Captain America and like seeing him in a bunch of other things, because like he's a big part in Agent Carter season 1, and like it doesn't feel unearned anymore, and like seeing him like even in the little bit in Civil War where he just talks to Tony, like just being like, oh, I'm studying abroad. Oh yeah, what's her name? Like it just seemed like they had like a they had
That's a good one.
Yeah, they had a good relationship. Well, not good, but like they had a relationship. So then it didn't
study abroad. I barely know her.
But yeah,
don't steal my jokes.
Yeah. Why did he just say it louder?
No,
you should have said it, bro.
Yeah, you should have said it.
Okay.
And they
I
just
would like to address this now because it's bugging me that we didn't say it earlier. I like Phil. However, he kind of slacks on the job. If you remember, he gets assigned to watch over Robert Downey Jr., as we like to call him now. And he's like, well, what are you going to do? And Phil is like, I'm going to taser you until you pee yourself or whatever. And he's like, good to know. And then he starts working, and Phil's gone. And then like 20 minutes of movie later, he's like, oh, I left. I walked about. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, he could have left.
He did leave. He left to go get the thing from
Robert.
Pepper. Yeah, he did leave. He went to go get the thing from Pepper.
He went to what?
He went to go get the model or whatever from Pepper. From Pepper's office.
He did. Okay, my bad.
He did leave. And I was like...
He went to go get the city.
And that was super weird. I don't really want to talk about that. I think that was dumb. That was so dumb.
Doesn't that kind of remind you, which was it Lyndon B. Johnson who had the Great Society?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Because he's talking about like his Anthony Stark's father's talking about the perfect city or whatever, and this is how the layout's going to be. And it made me think of the president Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society. Oh, never mind. We can just move on.
No, it sounds lovely. We'll talk. I have no idea. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at my dog. She's crying because the door's closed, but I need to keep it closed because the sound will get out. I think they put way too many projections on this one. It was so crazy. It must look silly, like when he's recording it, because
it's just him with his hands in the air.
Yeah,
he's just.
I'm glad you like that image so much.
It's just so dumb. It's just him, like, can you imagine if he was at like in a restroom and he's got those laser, like the paper towel dispensers that detect your hand with lasers. It's just him at one of those, like trying to get it to work. Like I bet that's how he looks whenever there's no projections on the screen. He's just like mystically moving his magician hands around.
I stepped on a tack. I'm back. I had to open the door for the dog, and I stepped on a tack, but it got in between my toes. So
great. I'm glad you weren't here to listen to that.
Up your tack.
That's amazing.
I don't know what happened. I don't know why there's a tack on the floor. I got attacked by tack. There's a sick Cap reference, the shield, don't forget.
The shield, yes.
Oh, and there's so many Oracle like logos, and Namor the Submariner, a deep cut Marvel, basically Marvel's Aquaman. He owns Oracle, so I'm like, oh, we're gonna get freaking Oracle. We didn't. We're 10 years or 8 years later. We're not gonna get Namor. We're not, because somebody else owns him. I don't know, some bullshit. And I think we get our first faceless army, because in Avengers we get a faceless army. We get a faceless army in Ultron and kind of in Infinity War. We're not going to talk about it because that movie's awesome. But we get like these
Suicide Squad, another universe, another terrible movie.
Yeah, those, and that one's so dumb. A little Suicide Squad tangent, because like the reason you put a faceless army is because you want to protect like your heroes. You don't want them to like kill like actual people, right? But those guys in Suicide Squad are all villains. They can kill actual people, good or bad. Like if they're bad guys, they can kill them because they're villains, and that's what they do. That's what Harley Quinn says. We're bad guys. That's what we do. So you don't have to make them faceless armies. So they missed the grand opportunity of just making regular people and having them murder them in crazy cool ways. Instead, they're just like goopy, putty people, and it's dumb. All right, we're getting back. I bet too. But yeah, and then War Machine looks badass. Then we get our first appearance of War Machine. That's pretty cool. And then that's the first Marvel team up. Iron Man and War Machine.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Well, it's crazy. It was lovely. It was amazing. And I thought the drones were really dumb. And then they probably killed Uncle Ben and or his parents.
Yeah, so many people must have died. Like, God.
Golly, Moses.
Gee whiz, man.
I think Shaggy left. Are you still here, Shag? And he's gone. I think he put his thing. He muted himself.
The show must go on.
It says, and we never see him again. I don't know what we're talking about. Why? Oh, we never see Justin Hammer again, except for he's in this Marvel one shot that came with the Thor: The Dark World DVD. He's in jail. He's in jail with the Mandarin.
Great.
And I just wrote my last note is Whiplash is lame.
Yeah, not a great villain.
And then I put Easter eggs galore, and that's the last one. It's because where he's like handing him the folder for the Avengers Initiative. There's a map in the background with little circles on it and stuff like that. There's one on Wakanda. There's one like in the middle of the ocean. There's one like in New Mexico where Thor is. Wakanda forever. And that was like pawned over for years until like Avengers came out, like on the internet, including myself. I'm like, oh, dude, there's one in the middle of the ocean. That's Atlantis. We're gonna get Namor for sure. We didn't get him. And we're gonna get Black Panther at least in phase 2 for sure. Barely got him in 2018, baby boy. Like there's just a bunch of stuff where I'm just like, oh, I need it all now. And this was basically just a movie that was a preview for a prelude to Avengers the whole time. But that was okay. That was okay.
Wicked.
That was okay.
I like calling it a preview, not a movie. That's pretty good.
Because ooh baby, it could have been a
there isn't really. Yeah, I feel like Iron Man's biggest struggle is with himself in this movie, not really with the enemy. Like I don't know. Towards the end,
that's a good point there, Shaggy.
Like they take down the robot army, and it's like I don't know. It's kind of hard, but not for them. It's pretty easy. That's a pretty cool scene. And then like they take down electric lassos with no problem, like absolutely zero problem whatsoever.
Yep.
And then they're like, the robots are going to explode. And they're like, Pepper. And then he like whooshes off to save her. And it's not even close. Like he saves her and gets out of there no problem. Like there was so much opportunity for like struggle and I don't know. For him to come out on top way better than just an easy little pick her up,
Why do you put a timer on him? You should just hit the button and boom.
Yeah.
I know. That would have been so much more effective.
Timers on bombs are the worst things.
There's a doubt. Yeah, Ian hates them. He never puts them when he makes his bombs.
I don't know.
What's that? You'll never catch me now, Whiplash. No, I love that. It was great. You should definitely be a villain, Ian.
I am though.
Not give you a nice twirly mustache because you can't grow one on your own.
You could have that laugh, and you could also make bombs with no timers. You'd be the best villain ever.
Yeah,
that's my entire MO, just bombs with no timer.
I don't want to talk about this. We're gonna go to a very real place, and I don't want to go there. We're gonna subvert it. Anyways, Iron Man 2. Wow, what a movie! What a couple of bloody legends that came in here with me. Came all up in here. Ooh, baby, filled it up.
Well, thank you for having us.
Oh yes, of course. Any final thoughts on Iron Man 2?
I think Robert Downey Jr. owes me back 2 hours of my life.
I don't think he's a problem with this movie. I think literally everybody else, everything else. But I just feel like we only get so many like opportunities for superhero storylines, and I think this was weak sauce.
Right.
I felt
like wasted.
I felt like this was like a studio being like, people like Mickey Rourke, throw Mickey Rourke in there. What villain is that? Whiplash. Why don't we do Mandarin? Fuck you. We're not doing the Mandarin.
Mandarin Orange.
That has nothing to do with it.
I want to say real quick, like, just because we're back to this movie, like, I like Iron Man. I just didn't like this movie. Just putting that out there real quick.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You can say that. It's a podcast. No one's going to fight you.
People in the comments don't hate. People in the comments can hate on me for this, though. I'm going to announce it. I'm not going to announce it. Go on.
I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Oh, yikes, sir.
But the only one that's going to comment.
Just broke my heart elbow.
I think the only people that are gonna comment is Mike Ross or my mother. So everyone say hello.
Hi, Mom.
You gotta say my daily Mike Ross shout out. All right, welcome back
Bro
to Is Nico Wearing Pants, the podcast. Stick around to the end to
Are you
find
wearing
out.
pants?
Who's to say? You'll never know. You can't see below. Can't see below that. It's a podcast. I'm freaking naked. It gets me so hard talking about Iron Man 2.
I've been in the shower this whole time, you guys.
I think that this is definitely on the lower tier of MCU movies. At the time, I really enjoyed it. I think it's still a movie I can just watch and like, it's a popcorn movie. I don't have to think about anything. I'm just like, haha, Iron Man, yeah. But there's still not a ton of Iron Man in it. Most of the time, he's just, oh, my blood's toxic. He's like, I created a new element, even though that's not how elements work.
I feel like the two longest times that we see him in the suit are A, when he's drunk at that party.
Yeah.
And B, at the end when he overcomes no conflict whatsoever.
But there's the same exact plot from the first one where he needs to be humble.
Exactly, yeah.
And then he still ends up not being that humble. And then he goes and fights with the Avengers anyways because desperate times, desperate measures. You know how it goes. I think that's everything we have to say about Iron Man 2, right? Correct?
Fortunately.
Conclude.
All right. Next week, we'll be talking about Thor. And I still don't know exactly who's going to be talking Thor with us. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on into the podcast. I really appreciate it.
We're live, baby.
Abby, we're live.
Abby, we're live.
Abby.
I mean, make sure to share this in the place we used to all work at, GroupMe.
No doubt.
Didn't want to say it. I don't know if I should. I don't know if it matters. All right. That's all we got for you today, folks. Keep nerding out there, true believers. Mike Ross and my mother, you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening all the way through to the end. And we out.